All right, welcome everybody to the Wednesday afternoon team call. I'm super excited to be able to teach you guys a little bit of what's working for me right now. If you were on before the call started, we were listening to the song "If I Could Only Imagine" by Mercy Me. I just watched the movie last night with all 5 of my kids and my wife, and I just want to share just some thoughts about that real quick. If you haven't watched the movie, first of all, go watch it. Go on a date with your spouse, significant other, or with yourself, because you got to love yourself too, and just go watch that movie. It's very moving. But I'm going to give you guys a little different perspective on it and how it relates to your Beachbody coach journey. So Mercy Me became a very famous band with, it's like triple platinum with that song. So very famous. But they were in Nashville. They were traveling, playing music, doing everything that they should be doing to break out and to be seen. He loved music from when he was a kid, listened to CDs to drown out some of the pains that he was facing in his life. So he had years of listening to music, had a great talent, a great voice, but there was something just not clicking. Like they weren't breaking through, being told that they weren't good enough, they would never make it. And it triggered some things in him about his dad. His dad always beat him. He called his dad a monster. Throughout his whole life, beat his mom and beat him. And it's just a very moving movie. But when they finally broke through and he wrote that song and they became known, the thing that made him stand out is he actually, instead of telling other people's stories and just emulating what he saw from other musicians that he listened to for his whole life, he actually told his story in the songs. Like he talked about the pains that he was going through, the things from his own journal and about his life. And when he shared his life and his story, and that's the advice that he was given by his managers, like you need to tell your story. You need to tell people what you've been through. And that's how that song, "I Can Only Imagine," was written when he was on the bus one day. So a little note for you guys, watch that movie. It'll be moving. And then think about how you could apply what Mercy Me, the band Mercy Me, did to get to where they're at. And I guarantee you it will help you see things in a little bit different light. So we're going to jump right into this because I know some of you guys have kids with you right now. And some of you guys have very little time to build this business, part-time between kids, between activities and whatnot. So a quick announcement, Summit is next week. So I'm excited to see some of you guys at Summit in Indianapolis. I fly out on Tuesday, so that's super exciting. If you're not going to Summit or you've never been to Summit before, one thing I want you guys to know is that while we're at Summit next week, first of all, I won't be much in the Facebook group, so I need you guys to step up and lead each other. Those of you that aren't coming, help each other out. But the second thing is they'll make announcements at Summit. So I'll do my best to post inside of the team pages about the announcements that are going to be happening. But they will also announce next year's Coach Summit and offer a super discounted price ticket. So this is your moment right now, if you're not there, to decide I will be there next year, and make sure you grab that ticket when they announce it next week when we're at Summit. So they'll call it like an early bird pricing special. They'll announce where we're going, how much it is and whatnot. So I will also make sure to let you guys know about hotel accommodations for the next year where we're going to be staying so that we can try to get more together as a team for that next event in 2019. So we're going to jump right into this, the Liift4. That's the topic of this, how to promote for Liift4, how to invite for Liift4, how to sell a Liift4 challenge pack, how to set up a group and run your own test group. So raise your hand if you want to learn how to do that today. Okay. So I'll be honest with you guys. I'm just like many of you guys. I've been a little bit overwhelmed. Like projects come into your life. I've been a little bit like bobblehead with trying to remodel a house and run a business. So I just want you guys to know I feel the same way many of you guys feel oftentimes. And we have like the Mace de Mas that just came out, Beach Bars that just came out, Liift4 that just came out, 2B Mindset that just came out. And I'm just like, what do I focus on? What do I do? And I tried the Liift4 workout, and it's something that I can align with. It's something that I can do and put my heart into. So I'm putting effort into learning about the program, doing the sample workouts, and it's something that I know that my niche, my people will enjoy. 4 workouts a week, a cheat day, a cheat meal, being able to fit their active lifestyle, if they like biking or running or Sparta races and all that stuff, that they can do that for 2 or 3 days a week and do this for 4 days a week with 30 minutes for each workout. So it fits good with me. So I'm not focusing a lot on Mace de Mas. I'm not focusing a ton on 2B mindset. I'm doing a little bit of it, but I'm focusing mainly on this. So the one thing I want you guys to understand and know is that what I teach you right now with Liift4, you can do with any of the programs. Make sure that you're doing what aligns with you, what you enjoy, what can bring you happiness, joy, and excitement and challenge, and that your niche and your market can enjoy as well. And what I teach you today for the launch can be applied to anything. So if they announce a new workout at Summit, just know this is something you can apply in the future as well. And I want you to know the things that I learned right now that I'm going to teach you. I watch people that are crushing it in the business still, even though I'm like a dinosaur coach of close to 8 years. Like I'm one that barely hit Success Club 10 last month, and that's not normally like me. So I'm like, okay, what I'm doing is not completely working 100% like I want it to. Like, who is crushing it? I saw some different posts that people were doing that had a lot of traction on Instagram and Facebook. I emulated it in my own words, and then I tried it, and then I got the responses, and then I'm setting up phone calls. So that's what I want to teach you guys today, okay? So I'm not going to go into a ton of detail on Liift4 because you can watch the interview we did with Joel Freeman a couple weeks ago. It's on my YouTube channel, so you can get all the details from that, from the Coach FAQ. Even sometimes when I'm on a phone call and I'm talking to someone, they're like, how does this package work? Like, I'm on the phone right here, and I'll type in the Coach FAQ, go to the actual FAQ and search Liift4 and find answers while I'm talking to somebody sometimes. And even sometimes say, hey, I think it's this, but I want to make sure because I don't want to give you wrong information. Let me double check. And people appreciate that. I want you guys to know that. A lot of times we want to make sure we do a perfect presentation on the phone call, or we're perfect in responding to somebody. Let them know that you want to make sure that you get them all the accurate information, and it's okay not to know everything. So I want you guys to know that so you can have the courage to go out and do the things I'm going to teach you guys today. So I'm going to just walk through a couple ideas. You guys could take notes. I will just actually share my notes. I save most of my stuff on Google Drive or on Notes on my MacBook. I'm going to just show you guys my notes on my MacBook right now so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about with you guys. Okay, here's my notes. Let me know when you can see it. Give me a thumbs up, somebody, if you can. Oh, I got to put my password in. It does that to me sometimes. Okay. Can someone give me a thumbs up if you can see my notes? Where it says photo album. Okay, awesome. So here we are. I'm going to make this big. Okay, so what we have right here is, I call it my team call note. Right here, we're going to go through 2 different types of social media posts. I'm going to teach you 3 ways to invite, okay, to this test group. The first one is with posting a photo album on your Instagram or on your Facebook. The second one is going to be just a simple status on your Facebook. The third one is going to be a continuation of a forming process. So you already have a conversation, ongoing conversation with somebody or a current customer or current challenger, and you're going to continue that conversation that you have in your private message onto an invite into this test group. So the first thing that you need to do right now is decide that you are going to decide with no challengers, no test group participants right now, that you are going to run a test group on July 16th, 2018, okay? Raise your hand if you're going to commit to that. I'm going to run a test group on July 16th, 2018. Why that date? That's the date that Liift4 is accessible, where you can access Liift4 for the first time. A week prior, you're going to be able to access the meal plans, the calendars, all of that stuff, so don't worry about that. But the actual workouts will be accessible on July 16th. So that's the start date. The next thing you're going to want to do is, you don't have to do this yet, but you need to create your group maybe 2 weeks before that date. So maybe put in your calendar July 1st, create Facebook test group, okay? So the next thing we're going to do right now is I'm going to go through these 3 invites. And I'm going to share a couple of things I'm doing with you guys. And also some tricks that'll help you. If you're not getting responses from these, I have some other ideas for you as well. So what we're going to do is a photo album first. I'm going to actually walk you through the photo album that I have. I'll show it to you. It's on Instagram and on Facebook. I got about the same response on both of them. Oh, actually, I'm going to go to my Instagram because that's where I'm mostly building my business right now. So I'm going to go to Instagram on my browser, just let you see what the post looks like, and I'll read it to you. And I will copy. Hey, look at Hannah. She must be doing something right. She's right on the top of my feed. Okay, there's Hannah. So what I'm going to do here is my test group invite right here. So on Instagram right here, this is, I'll show you on Facebook as well. This means there's multiple pictures. There's not just one picture, okay? So if I click this, basically what you can do is click through these photos. These are transformations from the test group that Beachbody ran prior to letting us know about the program. So I took these photos, which you can do as well. You can just copy them from my Instagram or my Facebook onto your desktop and upload them yourself. So these are the photos that I used. On Instagram, you can use up to 10 photos. And then this is the wording I used. And you can come to my Instagram or my Facebook and copy it and then kind of shift the words to sound like your voice. It says, "I'm so pumped. I just got the huge news. I've been chosen for a test group for a brand new program combining lifting and HIIT. It doesn't release until October, but I get to start in July and select some of you to do it with me for summer. I get to hand select a few people to do it with me, with Joel Freeman, and with our nutrition team. Our first test group for this new program is July 16th. I'm looking for 10 people that want to start on this July 16th date with me. Are you willing to commit to 60 days of hard work, healthy but balanced eating with just 4 30-minute workouts a week plus a cheat meal? Serious people only. Drop me an I'm interested below if this sounds like something for you." And then what you can see here is, and guys, currently, I've only been on Instagram for like 4 months. I don't get very many comments at all on Instagram, but they're starting to build. But I got interested. I need it badly. Interested. Interested. I join you on the program. Definitely interested. I have no time to go to a gym, 3 kids. These 4 people, I've never talked to them in a private message before, and I've had phone calls with all 4 of those people. 2 of them have already bought their packages. Susie, interested. She's buying her package when she gets back from a date. She's having a 10-year anniversary date with her husband. She's buying her package tomorrow. Here's this one says interested. And then you can see I say, hey, if you can accept my follow request, I'll be able to send you a message so that we can talk. Now here's what my message looks like. Let me get a drink real quick. Sorry about that. Sean just let me know you can only see my notes. Let me share that real quick so you can see that post. Thanks, Sean. Let me share it real quick. Someone needs to unmute and yell at me if I do that again. You can do that, you know. If I do that, just yell at me. Okay. So now you can see the post that I was showing you. Okay. There you go. So I have these photos. It's on my Instagram. It looks like this. That means there's multiple photos. They can click through them like this. Okay. And I put the first photo that I put on was one I thought people would relate with most that are my niche. And then here's the comments interested. Okay. So that's that. On Facebook, I'm going to show you what it looks like as well. And guys, to get this post, you can go to my Facebook or my Instagram, copy it, save the pictures, and all of that. So can you guys see my Facebook right now or still my Instagram? Facebook? Okay. So here's my Facebook. I'm going to go to this one is very effective. It was very effective for the 80-day obsession as well. If you're using Facebook, this will work really good. It's called Test Group Results. I just created an album, okay? I created a test group album, not just uploaded a photo. I went to albums, create new, create album like this. It's the same thing that I just read you, the exact same words that I had on my Instagram. And then I uploaded all the photos so they can see them like this, okay? And then here, obviously that was a coach that says, I can't wait to start. This one says, I'm pumped. Can I join? I'm very interested. So cool. Amazing. I'd love to try. I would be interested. That's Anne from the team. So I sent her a message. Froso from the team as well. Kelly's a current challenger. Brady, I had a call with him already. Said interested. Rebecca's, she bought the challenge pack. but I'll tell you how I got them to buy the challenge pack, or how I got them to that point. But you can see they're just interested if there's still room. The cool thing about this too is if you come back like 2 days later and add a new photo, it shows up on your timeline again and more people see it. You can see I added a new one, and then I have just 4 days ago, I had 4 new people, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have a phone call today with Maggie, Antonella, and Krista after this team call. So once they write interested, this is I'll tell you exactly what I write. You can write this down. After they say interested, the next step that I do is I send, I'm going to show you my photo album again, so you can maybe screenshot it if you want to. Or not my photo album, my notes. Okay. So here's my notes again. So once they comment or send me a private, sometimes they'll send a private message to you, or they'll comment, I'm interested. This is copy and pasted. Copy and pasted. I say, I would love to consider you as a part of the test group. Would you send me a text at, and I give them my number, so we can schedule a time to talk about your goals to see if you will be a good fit. What I'm doing there is I'm not trying to beg them or sell them. I'm basically setting up an interview to see if they would be somebody that would be great for this test group. Because remember, my post specifically says I'm taking only 100% committed people who are willing to do this, that. So if you can do it this way, you are creating kind of an urgency, right, with your date, and you're also creating a sense of they're applying to be in your challenge group versus you get on the phone to try to sell them. Does that make sense? When you word things in this way. So I would love to consider you as a part of the test group. Would you send me a text, or would you send me a text at, put your number so we can schedule a time to talk about your goals and see if you'll be a good fit. So I scheduled the phone call with them. You can see right here, like today I had one at 11:30 right before this call. I have one with Jennifer at 1. I have one with Antonella at 3. Tomorrow at 1:30 I have one with Maggie. At 2 o'clock with Sergio. 2:30 with Sherry. And then we have Jennifer at 2. And then Friday I have Anna and Andrew, one at 11:30 and one at 2. Those are all people I've never talked to from these posts, okay? And I didn't have to just randomly message people and say, hey, I'm looking for challengers to be my thing. They commented, I'm interested, and I had no idea who they were or that they were even following me for that matter. So it kind of brought them out of the woodwork. So once I schedule a call with them, I spend 5 minutes just asking them about themselves, okay? So this is going to be so important for any call that you do, not just for this test group. So for example, I called Melissa. She messaged me from Instagram that she was interested in the group. So, you know what I learned? Like the first 5 minutes, I learned that the call was only 15 minutes. I learned she works in the courthouse. Her husband works for the judicial system. She's from California. She now lives in Omaha, Nebraska. She has 6 kids, 2 from her husband's marriage, 2 from hers, and 2 of their own, ages 14 to 6 months old. I know that she did Insanity back in 5 years ago. She did Asylum. Then she bounced between the 2. And now for 5 years, she's been off track and she wants to get back on track. So how did I find those things out? I didn't go in and talk about the test group and the requirements in Liift4. I just asked questions. So make sure that you do that first. You need to understand your person, understand what they need, who they are, what they need, if they have experience with health and fitness programs. So I spent 5 minutes getting to know them. And then these are some of the questions I ask that might help you that are outside of asking about their kids, their job, where they're from, any of that stuff. Here's the questions I have. And I just do them by memory, but I wrote them down here so you can have an idea. It says, do you have any experience with home workouts? Why do you feel you'll be a great fit for this pre-launch test group? Are you willing to follow a plan 100%? Are you willing to take before pictures and measurements? Can you do 30-minute workouts 4 times a week? Can you fully commit for 60 days? Why is it important to you that you are chosen for this group? And then here's a huge part that I've seen a lot of positive feedback from these people that I'm talking with. I say, if they answer yes to all those, we still haven't even talked about the package, what comes in the package, how much it costs. If they answer positively to all these questions, because remember, it's like an interview, I tell them, congrats, I'm going to choose you as one of the 10 people, one of the 10 test group participants that I'm going to take on in this July 16th group. Since the program isn't officially out till October, you'll have special access and I'll be able to send you a link for your package on Monday the 11th, right? That was what I was saying last week. So now I just say, after we're done with this call, I'll send you the link to order your package. We'll need to place that order to make sure we secure your spot as one of these 10. Do you have any other questions before we get started on this group? Okay. And what that's going to do is they're going to then say, how much does it cost? And then that's where you tell them. And I still say, oh, you're going to love this. You get a year access to every single Beachbody workout. You're going to access Liift4 a little bit early. It's going to be called Liift4 Completion Pack. And I walk them through that, everything that they're going to get. And then I even tell them about you're even going to get $10 off on this package when you order it before the end of June. And then I share with them, I think it shares on the thing that they get, it's $110 off, if $110 discounted if they get the package over what they would spend if they paid for everything separately. So I tell them I'm going to share with you in this package how to get $110 off the complete package. And then they say, okay, how much is the package? And then I just tell them it's $100, normally $180. The $10 off for this month is going to put it at $170 for everything to get started. And they're just like, whoa. And then I always just throw in, I'm like, and a cool thing, if you think about it, sorry, I had a sore throat over the weekend, so I'm a little bit scratchy. I say the cool thing, if you think about it, is the Beachbody year access is $99. Your Shakeology for 30 servings is $128. That alone is $238. So you get those plus access to this test group with me and one of these 10 spots for only $170. And they're just, I've had a pretty good response with that. And then I say, when do you plan on placing your order so I can secure your spot? And then that's the last question. Okay. So that's what I do with the photo album on Facebook and Instagram. Also with the private message, you guys can copy that right there. And then what I do on the phone call. The status is going to be the same thing. It's going to be a different process, which I'll teach you about real quick. The status, I saw Miguel do this, and Miguel's a part of the big Dynasty team as well. And his status said this: first 100 people to drop a heart emoji or whatever below, I'll send you one free Beachbody workout to try. No, I haven't gone crazy, I promise. If you love it, I'll help you get results for an entire year, or until you get sick of people saying, dang, you look 10 years younger. Hurry, we're going to max out at 100. Okay, a simple status. Okay, I'm going to stop the share and show you mine real quick. Let's see, here we are. And then I'll tell you what I did with it. There's a couple options you can do. Whatever works best for you, right? Because when you're going after a goal, you got to make sure you keep your sanity. And following up with 200 people right now does not align with my sanity, so I'm doing a little bit different type of approach on this. My status is right here. I put it up yesterday. Sorry about that. I put it up yesterday, and so far, okay, right here. There's only like 15 likes, but you can't see how many comments are. There's over 100 comments. See, these I haven't even responded to yet. And like, I don't know Megan. I've never talked to Caitlin, Sarah, Megan, Lacey I've talked to. But for example, right there's 3 people I haven't talked to in the last hour that commented. So what I do is I'm sending them a private message, and I'm doing 2 things, a private message and I'm adding them to a group. So I'm adding a big, kind of like when people run a free clean eating group or a free challenge group of some sort. I'm going to give them access to the Liift4 preview workout. So if you didn't know that, anybody can access Liift4, the before Liift4 workout. without putting their name or their card info or anything in. They just go to the website and they click it, and they can do the 30-minute workout. So what I'm doing for that is I'm sending them a private message with a link to the group, and I'm adding them to the group. So I could just send them the workout, but I'm putting them in a group so I know everybody. I have everybody in the group that has said interested, so I can follow up with them inside of the group. I can get them to I can start getting them to share their workouts in there like a group would be. And then the end goal is to those that start doing it and love it, then I'm going to set phone calls with them and do what we talked about already. Does that make sense? So it's going to be a little bit longer process because I'm going to let them try the workout, enjoy the workout, and then I'm going to show them how they could be in the test group or get Beachbody on demand and so forth moving forward. So the group that I set up looks like, and one thing I want to teach you about me and people that you see that are building success is you just take action before you're completely ready. Like I put that post up and then I was like, oh, what do I do now? And I was like, okay, I'll put a group together and I'll start putting them in. So I created the group actually after I had 50 comments on that post. So the group I created looks like this. I put it in my favorites. Sample Liift4 workout. It just looks like this. I just used the web page that has the free workout. I put some little arrows. I put some words on it. Click here to sample 30-minute workout. So they're going to click that. And then I wrote it right here. You don't need to enter your name, info, or email. Just click the watch trailer button in the banner. You'll be ready to try your first 30-minute workout. And I created this link. So I made that link look pretty, but I'm going to teach you guys how to make a link. So right now I have 30 members in here. I added Sean in. He's one of my coaches. He's on this call with us right now. Right when I created the group, they make you put somebody in, and he's my boy. So I put him in so he could see what I was doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back now and show you how to create that link. This is something that will benefit you with many different things in the future as well. So Beachbody provided us with a link to give our customers. It's in the Coach FAQ. If you go to Liift4, there's a link that says how to access the free preview. And it looks like this: www.beachbodyondemand.com/programs/Liift4, and that's it. One thing about Beachbody, I'm going to teach you guys, if there's ever a Beachbody on Demand, a 2B Mindset, any page you land on Beachbody, and you want people to send that to somebody, but you want it to link to you, it's easy. All you do is copy backwards question mark, referring rep ID equals and your number, and it will, if they land on that page and they click something from there, they'll be inside of your website. Write that down. You can do that with anything. So Beachbody sent this one. All I did was put question mark at the end. I just copied it like this. So you can copy that right there. Put your own coach ID. And I'll teach you where I got that from. I got it from, can you guys, let's see, you guys are seeing my notes right now. I'm going to end. Oh, you guys weren't seeing my notes during that, were you? Or were you? Oh, dang it. Okay, I'm going to show it to you before I move over. Okay. So the link looks like this. It looks like this one right here. Programs/Liift4. And then all I did was add the question mark, referring rep ID, and my coach ID number. Okay. So this is the link they gave us. You can give them that number and they can preview it, but it's not connected to you at all. It's not connected to anybody. So, but if you put your link on it, it's going to be connected to you in the future. Like if they click out of that onto something else on Beachbody on Demand, or they order Beachbody on Demand from there, it'll be connected to you. So the way that I figured that out is I noticed a couple years ago on the coach link generator, which I'm going to make sure I can show you right now. This is what I use to create all my links, is a coach link generator. It looks like this. Okay. So here's all the Liift4 challenge packs, for example. You put your coach ID number in, which country they live in, hit submit, and then it has this. So basically, you know, I just noticed that it has, at the end of every one of these, a backwards question mark, referring rep like this. And so I just copied that. Every single link on here has that at the end of everything. Question mark, referring rep. So all I did was add that to that link for the free preview. And by doing that, it will take you to what looks like this. I'll show you on my page. So for the people that remember, we're talking about the status right now for I'm taking I'm going to give 100 people a free workout, right? That's what we're talking about right now, that status or that technique. So I created this group. You can do private invites and help them like that, whichever is good for your sanity. That's how we'll word it when you're going for your goals. Mine is taking care of people inside of a group. So when they click on this link, this is what it looks like. You guys can see this, right? Okay. And if you look up here at the link, beachbodyondemand.com, see how it has my referring rep ID up here still? So if they go to sign up from right here, it's going to be signed up to me. If I didn't put my referring link and they went to sign up right there without talking to me, they would go into the lead program. So what they do is they just click right here. This is what it looks like so that you know what your customers are going through, or these prospects. They do it just like they were in Beachbody On Demand. They're just not signed in. They don't have to sign in. They don't have to put any information. They hit accept, and it's just like it's on Beachbody On Demand. It's just the one workout, 33 minutes. So the cool thing about this sample workout, if you use it, is the really cool thing about that I want you guys to pay attention to is they designed that so Joel sells the program while he's training. He talks about everything that you need to sell somebody on. He teaches it in that Liift4 in that before workout. So let him do the sell for you. All you got to do is get someone to say, I'll take a free workout, and get them to push play. Whether you host a group for them, whether you send it to them in a private message, well, they get in that and try it. They're going to love the workout. They're going to love how they're going to feel. They're going to be like, okay, that was easier than going to the gym. This home workout thing isn't crazy. It worked. And then Joel will sell them on why they should buy that complete program. And that's going to make your phone call much easier when you follow up with them and say, hey, how'd you enjoy the workout? And they're like, oh, it was good. I got a sweat on. Like I could, and you ask them, is that something you feel you could fit into their day? And they're going to tell you, yes, I could fit those 30 minutes in. And you say, hey, I would love to consider you as one of the 10 test group people that I'm going to take on in July 16th. Do you want to talk on the phone about it? And then you go back through that process. Raise your hand if you're still with me. Okay. Awesome. Okay, let's go through one last thing because my voice is about to go. I've been on the phone all day. So the other way to invite, so we talked about a photo album on Facebook or Instagram using the pictures. We talked about doing a Facebook status, getting them into a group or following up one-on-one private message and getting them that link to try the workout for free. And then transitioning them to this phone call. And then the last one is continuing the forming process. So we each should be talking to 3 new people a day or starting that process if you haven't yet. This is also a great way for you to start that process if you're not in it. That status thing, like I put that up yesterday. I have 100 people that I can start conversations with. Does that make sense? So if you haven't done it yet, don't beat yourself up. Say, hey, this is my opportunity to start doing these 3 new conversations a day. And you can start right there. But if you already have conversations going, you have people that were interested in the past from your follow-up list and you're not following up with any anymore, you can go back to that list and you can continue by saying something like this. I have a copy and paste one that I've been using. It says this, it's simple. It says, I have been thinking about you and wanted to offer you the chance to be one of our test group participants in a pre-launch test group for a program that isn't out yet starting on July 16th. Would you be interested? So that's one of my approaches. The other approach is the same thing, except it says, hey, I know you were interested in doing 21 days, whatever it was from the previous conversation. I have something, I have a free workout that I want to give you. If I sent you over a link, would you try out this 30-minute workout and let me know what you think about it? Simple as that. Two separate copy and paste. You can create your own little copy and paste. And that's what I'm doing there. That's either going to lead to me setting up that phone call. If they say, yes, I'm interested in the test group, I set up the phone call. If not, then I can just say something as simple as this. I can go to the second sort of script that says, hey, would it be okay then if, I'm looking to help some people get some amazing results with this. I know you said it's not something for you right now, But I would love it if I could get your feedback. If you just tried one of the workouts for free, if I set you a workout for free, would you try it and give me some feedback on, this program and what your thoughts are about it? Just something simple like that. Okay. So that's all I have for what I'm doing right now. The only other thing is in the future, I need to set up my test group about 2 weeks early. But one thing that I am doing is I have 4 of them from these phone calls that have purchased their package. Okay. Let me show you what I'm doing with follow-ups, just so you know. For the people that want the free workout, I don't have them on a list yet. Okay. I have them into a private group. Does that make sense? They're not on a list. I'm not writing them every day because they're not hot leads yet that say I'm interested in the test group. They're just interested in a free workout. So I just have them inside of a group. For the people that said I'm interested on on the photo albums on Facebook or on Instagram, what I'm doing right there is this. Let me show it to you. I'll just show you exactly what my follow-up list looks like so you can see how simple I'm keeping it. Okay. Sorry, it makes me like put a password for my audio every time I share a new screen. Okay. Okay, here is my scripts for that. Here's my follow-up list. This is my normal follow-up list for my entire week. This is all I have. My focus to-do list, okay? And then I have my challenge group for July. I have my Liift4 test group. These are the people that purchased their package as of yesterday. And then here's my test group, July 16th leads. These are people that commented, I'm interested. I'm just tracking them right here. And then I'm making notes after the phone call. George Thompson, he wants to be a coach with the Liift4. He's going to sign up on Friday the 22nd. I'm in a text conversation with Jennifer, text conversation with Antoniella. I actually scheduled a call with her and Maggie right after this call. So after I have the call, I'll write down notes from our call about what we talked about so I can remember. I have Facebook conversation going right here. Facebook conversation. This is Melissa. I just called her right before this call. She is buying the package when she gets off work today. So what I would do is I hopped right on the call, so I didn't do it yet. I will write the little notes about, like I explained to you about what I know about her. She lives in Nebraska, what she does for her job, that she did Insanity before, and I'll put buying package today on today, and I'll put the date. So I just do it like this. I'm just tracking them like that, and I'm taking notes of what we've talked about, if we've had a phone call, if we had a text, when they're ordering. That way I could do. And then I'm just checking this list every single day and adding to it as people continue to comment onto my one of those posts that I have. So, Hannah, we're going to do questions now. Hannah asked a question. Any of you guys can ask a question. I'm going to go through them one at a time. If my chat box will pop up, give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. I need to get a drink again. And I said okay like 5 times. Okay, here we go. So Hannah says, so are you just going to accept people into your test group who purchase a challenge pack? I'm going to accept only people who are using either Shakeology or the Beachbody Performance line. I tell them, when I'm on the phone with them and maybe the objection comes up, like for example, Melissa that I just talked to, Shakeology got a little expensive for her 5 years ago. You know, we didn't talk completely about what her financial situation is right now, but I just said, hey, for this test group, for these 60 days, we're in a VIP test group before the program actually launches to create before and after pictures that we can market for this program as it comes out. So we need people that are 100% in to follow the meal plan the best of their ability, use either Shakeology or the performance line, and show up for 60 days. And so I'm requiring it for the test group for that. Then what I'm going to do, these are going to be just new, either brand new coach signups or customers. And then I want you guys to know that I am going to be hosting, or we together as a team will be hosting, like we did with the 80-day obsession, a rather large group so we can all have fun and do it together and kind of experience Liift4 together in that aspect. So for my current coaches, which is you guys, and downline coaches that want, I'll be hosting a big Liift4 group. But I'm not going to be following up with these with everybody in the group every week like I will on the test group. So the test group, I tell them, we're going to check in every single day, but I'm going to send you 5 questions every Sunday night or Monday morning to keep you accountable and in check and adjusting your approach so that we can make sure you finish this program strong. So that goes to another aspect, Hannah, what I'll do on that. Let's say I have somebody that already has Beachbody On Demand and they don't want to do Shakeology, they don't want to do that, but they do the digital unlock only of Liift4. I will put them in our coach test group that has just the coaches, right? The one that I'm not checking up, like sending them private message every Sunday night with questions and evaluating their progress. Just for the mere fact that they're not investing 100% in it like my actual test group participants are. Does that make sense? That's how I'm going to personally do it. Because I still want to help them. If they're going to buy the unlock, I'll still help them and support them the best I can. But I'm going to give that more one-on-one attention to that smaller group that are fully invested. And like, I know I'm going to get 10 because I'm going to work towards that and make that happen. But even if it was only 3, I would be more than happy with 3 fully committed people that are all the way invested in that test group. So set your goal for what you want to accomplish and then set your own standard in that aspect. Okay. All right. We'll see you, Hannah. Does anybody else have any other questions before we go? Okay. Juliana is giving a comment. If they're in a group with a bunch, yeah, it's true. And sometimes the bigger group, it can feel not so intimate. People don't open up and share as much. And that's what they're going to get inside of the smaller group when they're fully invested as well. Okay. All right. Does anybody else have any other questions? Yeah, you're welcome, Brooke. Okay, what I want you guys to do is if you haven't put up one of those statuses or the photo album, go get some before-after pictures from Liift4. You can take the ones I used. You can find them by searching hashtags or go to Joel Freeman's Instagram page. He's been posting them up. Take your favorite ones that will align with your, not to lose my voice again, with your niche. Find the photos that will most connect with your audience. Make an album. The album seems to be most effective. And the cool thing about the album on Facebook, at least, is if you add a photo of that album in 2 or 3 days or in a week, it's going to bump that up again and you'll start getting comments again, more people getting interested. And people see that sense of urgency that other people are interested as well. Because I've seen that more people are texting me faster. Sometimes I text people, hey, I want to talk to you about your goals. And they don't text, or they take a few days to text, or I follow up a week later and then I finally get them to text. These guys are like immediately texting me because they want to be one of the 10. There's that urgency for this test group. So hope that helps you guys out. If you have questions, ask in the team page. I recorded this, so I'll place this in there. I will also copy my scripts that I read to you in the link, YouTube description link of this recording once I place it on YouTube. So just click the YouTube description link and you'll see the scripts that I used. And then you can find the post on my Facebook and Instagram. All right, we'll see you guys later. Let's fill this test group up and have an amazing day. Bye, guys.